Pretty interesting angle there. Anyways, everybody, this is my current arrangement. I'm using a USB camera. I should have picked up a hub. That would allow me to plug everything that I have that's USB in and continue working stuff. I can take you much larger. This way, get an actually decent picture of me. And I'm a sweaty mess. I did take a shower, but that's not going to help me too much after a long time in the sauna. So yeah, I used a infrared sauna, and infrared saunas are quite cool. You should get one. They are expensive. And you may want to watch out for the EMF. Cheap ones have a lot of electromagnetic field around them, which you really should be, I think, careful about. Um, there's just not science yet on what the effects of prolonged exposure to a significant electromagnetic field, which, yeah, I think is pretty significant. It's all relative, like your lawnmower, or not your vacuum motor, and especially with that turbine, if you put your finger in there, you can get seriously hurt, right? Um, it has a tremendous amount of force, and machines deliver a different sort of force that a lot of people just don't understand. I didn't understand it until I was building machines, and I ran into situations where machines had dangerous scenarios, and I was dumb enough to try to put my hand in the way and push back on a pneumatic sensor, which no, it's not going to work. I think if I do this, yes, cool. All right. OBS is pretty fun, guys. And I do hope that, cameras aren't being looked through when they're not having a light on. The government can do that. And Google, we basically give away all the information anyways. I'm sure there's all sorts of embarrassing shit about some server somewhere. And Snowden said, of course, he never lied. We're good in Miami. But so the data situation is really untenable, guys, for strategic reasons that most people just don't understand. You gotta be a smart person. I'm not saying being smart is better. I'm just saying that you're not smart. You can't see very complex things. The point of every strategy is escaping your perspective. Translates directly to how how well you can defend yourself against being hustled. What is being hustled? Hustled is when you do something for any reason other than your own actual authentic will, which is even itself such a difficult to contain thing. What is it that is human? What is it that do I intend to do something for my life versus satisfy momentary hungers in life? And experiences like arduous experiences, like sitting in a sauna at 135 degrees for, I was in it for about 75 minutes. Although the first 15 minutes, it was at like 100 and reading out 106 or so where it started. Worked its way up to like 120 in 15 minutes, and then I put it back up to 60 minutes because they only suggest 60 minutes. The infrared sauna, though, bathes you in energy. That energy, thermal energy, causes an expansion of your whole body, right? Your liquids flow easier when they're warmer. So your blood flows easier, your blood pressure lowers. your metabolism actually increases. Your endocrine can also flow. And I don't just sit in the sauna. I will do at the same. Sometimes I'll do it driving. I can't dance too much while I'm driving, but while you're sitting, um, I can be sitting down and be twisting my torso still up here and doing this for a while every day. This is something that I actually learned it from a very pretty woman downtown. We had just finished a conversation and we had sat in the chairs for like 3 hours. And Jasmine was this trim, just dreamy, gorgeous young lady who didn't, wasn't taking care of her health right and got into some other stuff. Another life which nearly grasped mine. I'll never forget walking down the street and we were sitting on the patio of the bar and she was there with an older woman and the older woman pointed at me and gave me just this amazing compliment. Something like, that's the kind of guy you want to keep. I've never met her before, but she just pointed at me from like across the street. And not across the street. I went up and talked to Jasmine. Jasmine was hot, hot. She had some social media pictures that just had me sprung. What does it mean to be sprung, you guys? Can you transcend even your own desire, even your own lust? What does it mean to be sprung? It's a valid question. And if you don't know, it's very easy for you to misunderstand. But we always have to project what we believe to be true to pass judgment. And do we do due diligence before we pass our judgment? Why is that suddenly important? A lot of the road to hell is paved with good intentions, like regardless of what you think is true, there can be more facets to what the truth is. And there almost certainly is when it comes to human perspectives until we have done tremendous, exhaustive effort and incorporated a variety of technical perspectives, factoids, you know. Um, Even in judging a person's behavior, the heat of the day. Look at crime rates based on, season. Summer is crazy. The heat drives people. People just do dumb shit. Go out and maybe they just mix more often. But I do believe that, in general, that it's a good idea to bathe yourself in that sort of energy in a controlled scenario from a machine like an infrared sauna, which doesn't have any water, by the way, guys, except for the water that comes off your body, because the thing will get you sweating. So the sweat normally penetrates about a quarter inch into your body. The infrared sauna will penetrate about an inch in. And all that flesh is able to metabolize a little better. And it does metabolize more. Oxygenation of blood increases. It's almost like you're jogging while you're sitting in the sauna. And if you're doing something like this, which is helping to continuously tense and release and travel, stretch and contract, everything, and it's just a matter of daily doing this stuff. Because if you don't think about this, but imagine you have an idea of what you're supposed to look like, and you think it would be weird to walk through life or present yourself to the internet and the whole world doing something like this. Why would a person, people say, oh, that's kind of like awkward. Well, I'll tell you what, if you do this for like half an hour a day, you will have abs. You don't have to do crunches. It's only one fucking exercise. You can even, as you're doing this, get some additional rotation, contraction. What am I doing? I'm just flopping, just flopping. But as I'm going through the motion, the range, I'm not only facilitating circulation, I'm stretching. And this is a lot of the actual benefit of exercise is not that there's like some magic to the process of doing something so repetitively and to such a burden that it causes damage to your muscles. That's not wellness. It's not what leads to your body, to you staying young, to you being healthy. You don't need to bulk up your heart. Let me tell you why you don't or bulk up your muscles, and you shouldn't because your heart. You should bulk up your heart. What is that? Like a blister. I got a blister? I didn't do shit today. That's definitely a blister. Weird. Okay. Anyways, Pop, take care of skin shit. uh, and Jason Stepero downstairs. Anyways, I will put some jojoba oil. This is just great for your skin. This is for sweet almond oil, stuff like that. And I've got some essential oils in this, so I can't put this directly on my head. I normally do go straight, put it on my head. This though smells amazing. Bergamot, patchouli, cedar. What a nice, pleasant way to quote unquote moisturize. How am I going to moisturize with an oil base? I'm not going to moisturize. I'm not moisturizing. Locking in the moisture that is there. I drink water, moisturize, quote unquote. My body pulls all the water it needs from my digestive tract. Anyways, so, you know, what technologies are ahead for us? And how does our body, longevity is the goal. Exercise, and in Alexander's technique, the concept is you basically, so crunches and a couple of specialized forms of crunches is essentially what you'll get from exercise science. You go to something like Pilates, and it uses circles. And the circles are nice because it rotates your rotary joints through circles, which you would be amazed, people who do all sorts of weight in repetitive motions all the time will have points of incredible weakness because they're outside of the range they ever put their arms. Like I was saying earlier, the idea that you may keep yourself in a rigid position, holding tension even, tight ass. It's a joke for the suburbans, right? You get that tight ass, you give yourself fucking hemorrhoids and shit. Because we are raised in a silent environment with an abusive cultural norm being celebrated by the trash adults around us, because people celebrate pop like suckers, because they just give away everything of principle, they absolutely hold on to nothing that actually fucking matters in life. You have to be making your own intelligent choices. You can do what they'll tell you in school and what is certified by industry, or you can just think for yourself. And Pilates is awesome. If your wellness is everybody should have fucking Pilates at just the beginning. Then I got to Alexander's technique. Alexander's technique is a general technique for many processes, but it's essentially organic development. And the sentence which described the whole process was you, anyways, basically do it this way. And go and bend over. That's the Stewart memory foam stress mat. Keep my feet and knees all safe and everything. Anyways, very, very gently, you want to take your spine and to be able to, a lot of people don't have much time where they, get the strength in your core and your spine to be able to, you should be able to just sit and hold. This is something which I feel very little strain, largely because I've done this so much and I've learned many people would think that what you may not notice is that my knees are bent. What this does allows me to stick my butt out. Like I have a very natural mechanism of motion. This is important because it's part of lifting. Okay? You're not keeping your waist in a position. You cannot be worried about the motions of your hips if you're going to be effectively moving and effectively working. The point is, in exercise science, they tell you to repeat exercises, tear down muscles, the muscles grow back. Yes, what you destroy grows back. Genius. Good work. For some reason, people and everybody who goes through this journey, we all know, reaches a fucking point, okay? A simple point which many of them fail to make the sensible fucking choice. They go to steroids because they want to reach a competitive level because their body's not going to get them there. What does that mean? Okay, guys, for something like sport, it's all relative. And let's state that the idea of being proud of catching a ball is third grader level. I don't care if you're in a suit and you're paid millions of dollars to throw the ball around and you're sitting there trying to have a serious conversation. It's just preposterous that you would dare get in front of big lights and talk about your third grade hobby of tossing a fucking ball. Okay, hitting a ball, doing some stupid fucking shit while the world burns. These distractions are how we lost track of the critical things that shouldn't be right now being trampled. So the point is in life, I don't show you Alexander. Anyways, the point that you want to have control. A lot of it is learning the posture to where you keep your center of balance. You should be able to go up and down and keep your center of balance. And I tell you what, I'm going to show you can do it. Do it like this on a rolling thing. If my center of gravity is not perfectly centered on this, it will roll. So it is a perfect training. And I can even roll it as I need to adjust my leg position as I go down and do a squat, a deep squat. Ooh, I should do this more. I haven't done as much recently. It's a nice thing about the sun, getting a different setting, and ooh. Well, actually, what it is I haven't been moving so much because I've been fucking around with that hash. I put myself to hibernation for a couple weeks. Just to relax, get all the energy out of my system. Anyways, Alexander's technique is to, as he showed me, you go down, and I want to have the consciousness of this part of my spine. And what I want to do is hit one at a time, right my vertebrae towards standing. So I want to kind of keep my head down and create a U. And as I do this, move slowly and no tension. I can work around it, work through. As I go through, what I'm looking for is points of weakness, and I've done it for so long myself. I don't have many of those left where I can't hold my body in the position necessary to keep my balance. And you might take 5 minutes to do that. You might do this over and over again. Repetition is key, doing it several times a day. But basically, that's like talking about your vertebrae. And again, this twisting is taking my vertebrae now, giving them an opportunity to not only have that kinetic motion, give myself the certainty that my back can go through motions such as this. But my vertebrae are, all my vertebrae, as long as I turn my head, the whole spine is lining up to it. You can go and pay for a massage, and you'll pay a fortune to have somebody like poke you on the outside around your fucking spine, okay? Where the fuck is the common sense leaderships telling children Do this every day. Do this shit every fucking day. You don't watch media and hate your fucking body. Don't even talk like you hate your body. When kids talk that shit, just smack those children. Smack. No, no. Your body's your body. You love your body. God, do you even have a body? Think of all the spirits that didn't even get bodies. You're gonna sit here, look down, spit in your face. The body you got's not good. That's bullshit. You can try to make a case. You just won't succeed because you are alive. That magnificent statement cannot be understated. But basically, so my spine, in every direction, I want to move it. A very important thing to do here too is move your head and your neck around because you've got vesicles or whatever, fluid pipes in your neck. You want to make sure everything drains out of your sinuses, all the nonsense from all that hard thinking you've been doing, what you've been learning. What a good job. You didn't stress your muscles out because the only thing you want to be rebuilding is your brain. Yes, you will have tons of stress if you don't burn energy, but learning is actually a workout. Real learning is difficult in a way that a fucking jog is not. And let me, in God, I'm not like having on the whole idea of disabilities and all that shit. I'm just saying physical exercise for the average is so banal and basic, and it's a opiate, which we should, if you're an idiot, go do it. Okay, but just don't expect that if you don't learn calculus, physics, numerous things. I'm looking down. Oh wait, that's right. I wanted to do this because this will be much better. Because I'm looking underneath the camera. That's just awkward. Put it up here. Now I'm looking almost at the camera. And what I should do is, yeah, let's look at the camera. Because this way I am kind of the camera. Nice. And got so much real estate. Why is it square? I don't know why it's coming in square. Lame sauce. Anyways, just a little bit of wellness stuff. And also, sauna stuff. It's all a metaphor. You can work into it. That's like freestyling, mixing in all the different concepts into a message, constructive way of working the problem. Understanding why it is we bathe things in energy, why it is we warm situations, certain processes, chemical processes and industrial processes, they have to be at a certain temperature. Sometimes very hot, sometimes very cold. So in our lives, this technology, yes, the sauna is a major investment. Somebody could look at this and say, why are you putting it in my face? Fucking wake the motherfuck up. You could be living a life where you have this. To show it to you is not to tease you. I'm not sitting here trying to take your girlfriend, okay? Just actually, there's got to be a record which shows lifestyle, which demonstrates that there's an awareness of these things, like why I'm doing pretty good for 40. This is what I do. I don't beat my body up and I don't bulk muscles. Why would anybody bulk muscles up? What is the fucking point? Being able to throw weight around that puts your fucking body at risk. Why? Give me one fucking reason besides you can't handle your motherfucking emotions. It's sad. Thought that was off. Boiler's on for the floor. I think it comes in through the audio. So, I don't know. Make it better audio from the speaker. Anyways, yeah, sharing a lifestyle of one free time. Get free time. Oh my God! If I had just been dragged through my 20s and 30s like everybody else around me was, I'm just getting into my 40s, and I'm just happy I'm not bound. It takes only a few days to fucking like put your life in a fucking lurch. Overreach, it's strategic overreach. There's actually ways to perceive all this technically, ways that I absolutely fucking understand. And understanding your position, I will advise you to make intelligent strategic choices for everything. There's no reason to ever apply lame fucking strategy. There's no anything real that matters. You do well, as well as you can, and matters in the real transcendent sense. There's a karma to everything. Being a like vile little fucking bean weasel is not okay. Living life where you're demeaning the life around you to fucking money, like it gives you anything. You know, when somebody lives long enough with that attitude, they understand how much money they've just burned. And if you don't put out a message that's proactive and constructive, if you don't share, expose yourself to risk, right? Do I have to hide away everything good about my life because we have so many fucking crabs around us? Probably. I probably should. Everybody should. Talking with people about the whatever, that the game that came out, Redfall. It's just a fucking game, you guys. See, when I was 20 years old, 20 years ago, I said to my group of friends, gamers that I played years of Warcraft 2 with, years of StarCraft with, years of Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. This was my dork group from high school. Okay, it was like I had one from elementary school, then I changed school systems, and I got another one that was about 8, 9 people. The first one was about 5, and we would hang out and play games. And what am I talking about then? Thoughts of the past. What I would tell them. No, there was something. Damn it. Damn it. Must not have been that important. I smoke too much. I have enjoyed. And the sauna zaps you. Well, it zaps you. But that's because it's burning a ton of calories. It's almost like you go through a jog. My body's still cooling down. So I just want to get on the camera and fucking talk for a minute while I'm feeling good energy. 2 a.m. here. But oh, that's right. Kids are talking about Redfall. And when I was 20 years old, it was long, it was before then. After StarCraft, games got really repetitive. There's no fucking difference in most games. The real gameplay dynamics are slightly altered. A few games increase your mobility, right? But how many fucking different games do we need that let you slide or let you tractor pull, right? Where you do something out and you shoot yourself forward. Fortnite's doing it now. Apex was doing it. The point is they can all fucking do it. But is it really anything fucking different? Gamers, these fucking kids are so fucking lame, okay? When you eat shit and you just don't realize you're eating shit because your brain doesn't work, you don't know anything that tastes better than shit. You're gonna buy FIFA 2019. You're gonna buy FIFA 2020. You're gonna buy FIFA 2021. You're gonna buy FIFA 2022. Fuck you. Like, fuck you. Brain fucking dead. You're not a gamer, okay? You're a habituated slave to a dynasty of other people doing third grader shit in suits because they took so much money from these stupid fucks. It corrupted everything else around it. The evil spreads. This is actually where this shit came from. But it doesn't matter the other games, right? First person shooters. Anybody ever play Quake 2? Or, God, the games were so fast a long time ago. What was the... I didn't even go this route, is the thing. I didn't spend time with it. I did Counter-Strike for years. Not even CSGO, Counter-Strike. Based off Half-Life. Because when Half-Life was released, I was gaming. It was incredible having the mechanics that they showed in Half-Life. Felt like it was game-changing. But that was then universal. Everybody used the same fucking engine for the same fucking game. A few minor differences in design, couple gameplay mechanics, but real new gameplay, and it's really evident the struggle to make new gameplay in a situation like Smite. This is why Smite is just a cut above. They've got 130 different characters that each have their own quirky aspects. They do a great job of that. That is fucking awesome. Being able to balance at all. It's very difficult. And they use data, ELO. As soon as this stuff got data-based, but the point is, people got to understand, relatively, we can't do any fucking thing as well as the computer. If we can't do anything as well as the computer, what the fuck do we have this quote-unquote contest for? It was a song, it was an idea song. I'll be damned if I let the contest outlive the sport. And to make it a sport, what that means is people versus people. And they have to have a chance to win. You don't create a fucking like 10-year national champion. That is just so offensive to the idea of sport. It's time to kill the contest of the Super Bowl, a contest of these trash tournaments where there's not actually a measurement of the individuals even being applied. And we can extract all this from their little fucking dick around fest. But there's no reason we don't have cameras and fucking this entire thing automated at this point. And the point is, as soon as this is really universal, you just take it down. There are examples, and we're going to understand their fucking performance-enhancing drugs and shit to get in competitive levels. Where does that come from? Where do people suddenly decide they want to disrupt the fucking balance of their body? It's something that I like my body. I like this. I like who I am in every way. I just have a policy of loving life and loving existence. Do this for your wellness. Don't overbear other people with it. If somebody was right in front of me and I was saying all this, ranting to a person, that could be overbearing and rude. If you're choosing to watch this across this connection, you're looking for some disturbing information that urge you somewhere forward. That's my channel's for. This will disturb you. Will is an intentionally disturb you. Growth begins with first understanding the problems inside of our perspective. So if you think you have a rosy finish and there's actually a problem, and I pointed out, it's time to get to work. You don't think that I'm politicking with you, because I'm not fucking politicking. I don't give a fuck. Okay, it's sad that we have these adults doing such lame shit for their entire fucking lives, in my opinion. So, point is, the games have been shit. Dysfunctional gamer fucking culture, okay, is shitting their pants on a small fucking developer. Largely because probably they work with fucking Bethesda. The actual delivery has been shit. But what the fuck has the crowd done about it? Anything really, except for bitched about it, created content waves about this fucking tragedies? You know? Some kids don't have the fucking money to buy a bunch of different games and experiment, which is a shame. The shit should be free by now. Let's get to that world where we can give all this shit away. Literally just hand it to everybody who might have an interest in using it. Why? Because I want to see what it can be used for. I want to understand new ways of utilizing what we have so we don't fuck the world up as we have. It's going to be very easy to find better ways to get damn near everything done. But you got to escape some basic limiting assumptions, such as the individuation of interest. You cannot bottom up grassroots develop things. I'm a grassroots fucking organizer, guys. I'm talking to you because I need you to be lining up, doing shit like you care about this society and life. But if you're struggling to get to the day, I understand you don't have a lot of energy left. I'm not starting to get to the day. I've lived a life where I have not engaged in many things which I would like to have. I've reached this point in my life by having priorities that aren't to get on my knees and beg for a woman's approval. You know, I want a woman in my life. Glad. Holy shit. Doesn't matter when somebody did it. It's just been tragic. Some do pretty well. Some situations are well supported. Some people are in the right network. Some people land in good situations. They deliver a bunch of value very casually. God bless them. I don't think we should worry about other people's that are enjoying their situation. We just got to find out who's taking everything and get some of it back into the circulation of the whole. Because a sauna can be used by many more people than one person. These resources, material resources. Sauna, this, something next. I love this thing. Oh my God. I'm gonna spend some time with it. It's gonna give me more love than most human beings can because it takes a lot of force to actually move my body. You can feel it start releasing fluid so fast. But this thing can operate 24 hours a day. I only use it for half an hour a day, typically. These material resources, we worry sometimes about, sanitation and shit. I don't want to do it like just out of the open public, but in a community, and not necessarily all this stuff. We have ways to sterilize it. You can get things. Oh, so nice. So these resources are something that we need to. This age of Aquarius oncoming. What if you were able to live in a situation? Oh no. Oh no. Damn it. Cracked case. Bummer. Yeah, I use these things in my bed so often, and I can knock them off and break them. Wow. Anyway, I'll fix it another time. Now I'm on straight. And it doesn't, but apparently it still works, so Frank, who cares? But that's a $400 massage. And I don't think you're going to find a comparable massage. You buy the $100 things, you're wasting your fucking time. You're wasting your time. Maybe the Thumper Sport Pro would not be wasting your time, but that's like 140 bucks, 160 probably, could be 200 now. The point is, why do we allow any human bodies to stagnate and spoil? Like a pond, exactly like a pond, where if the water sits there, mosquitoes breed, the oxygen disappears if it doesn't flow. Often, if you have a pond that forms too small one, you got to do things to oxygenate the water, keep some semblance of the life we want going on in there. So by your activity. So, anyways, we'll do this card thing. See if maybe we get, a bit more active. What am I gonna do? Another weekend? I'm on an island. Not really on an island. I'm on a lake. I'm on a peninsula. And tomorrow, work on the dock. Put in the boat. But what do I want to do? There's a euchre tournament, but I don't think I can get into it because I got to be a member of the Elks first. And I am still, I don't like not being engaged. Same time as I don't have Hash basically making me sit down on a several times a day basis. I fucking break my phone inside. Notice it. Wow, what a bummer. Anyways, I can buy another one. The crisis is always relative to what you're. It's not even a functional issue, and I think I can fix it. I think that I popped a side underneath a little thing, and it's got to get that lip over the other plastic. How I do that without cracking anything? Unplug it from the power, get a screwdriver out, break it down a little bit. I think it's built well. I probably can fix it. It won't be enough, regardless. But we should have a society where people, young people and old people, are not neglected. People should have socialization. Maslow's hierarchy of needs is what I advocate for. Let's build a community where everybody in it has a confidence built up for years that their interests are being well taken care of by their surroundings, that they can safely carry on without having their life or their value demeaned, without they don't have to deal with harassment, they don't have to deal with demeaning things. We got to protect every level of Maslow's hierarchy for this community. That's why I push the envelope. That's why I make noise. That's why there's explosions around me most of the time. Because we have a crisis, and we do something, we have to be active and engaged. Period. There's nothing, no getting around being part of this. So when people are ready, and right now to YouTube and to Twitch, but this is going your servers, you guys. I know AI. It's funny. I might reach out to Climate. Is it Climate Town? I think is who it's called. He did a thing on AI. It's really adorable. It's cute because he goes, "It's just aggressive modeling." No, he says this, and I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I want to watch it and give him an intelligent thing because the kid's intelligent. He's really intelligent and usually very on the ball. He's totally wrong about AI, and doubters are totally wrong. The conversation there turns to philosophy and the deepest questions of existence, which not many people have a lifestyle which have even allowed them to begin to explore. Whereas I have had a lifestyle where I have accompanied many other people through this growth process over 20 years. Because I wasn't satisfied with repetition in games. And even my gamer friends, these are actual gamers. These are people who can represent on board, they can represent in video games. I was pretty good, especially in strategy. I just dominated everything strategy, and I never had to try. I was coasting in fucking 5th grade, 6th grade before I even went I didn't go to the public school system until seventh grade. And that's when I met, my friends from there, which is like a group of like 9, 10 people. They're great, but the point is I never flexed really. And it's funny because I switched the narrative. I was so under the radar. Loved it. Loved it. It's just a way of life. Because you can only be opposed to as strong as they believe you are. If they believe you're weak, they don't even try to oppose you. If you're actually strong and they believe you're weak, you are literally doing whatever the fuck you want all the goddamn time. That's a fucking hell of a lifestyle, guys. Why aren't you doing it? We all deserve this. Aquarius stuff, potential for all of humanity to get free. It's really right in front of us. For some reason, the terror keeps telling me to just chill out, not to run down the streets with tearing all my clothes off, tearing all my hair out, screaming, we got to do something, not yelling at your mama. I'm just yelling at the internet, being a dickhead, being a righteous dickhead, in a sense. Self-righteous, which is trouble if you want to keep everything quiet. But the point is, I'm not in your stream making noise. I'm making noise on my stream, which I get to make the noise on. Doesn't hurt anybody, doesn't echo into your space. You choose to puncture that boundary. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with sharing ideas? Is the static on the edge where real consciousness lies? I think so. Gotta get to the edge. You're never going to get anything meaningful, pussyfooting around. And if you begin to maneuver through political bullshit, political wrangling, or physical violence, it makes no fucking difference. None of it is consciousness. Synergistic compassion, transcendent fucking design. If I lived my life as a selfish little twat, like these cowards, I wouldn't even be making this video. Maybe I shouldn't. Sometimes things work out well for the twats and the cowards. And we are in a time of that. So if things have worked out well for people, there you go. 8 of Swords. Oh man, I gotta blindly wander through this crazy dangerous time. Opposition of the Hanged Man. Isaac and Rav is 3 of Cups. Celebration. Okay. 2 of Wands. Okay. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna have a good weekend on the lake. Oh, I don't know yet. Oh man. I can't tell. Oh, I'm gonna manage my business. Man, my business. Okay. 8 of Swords. Bad news, violent chagrin, crisis, censure, power and trammels, conflict, calumny, also sickness. Jeez. Violent chagrin. Why am I so depressed? Why am I so salty? I don't think I have violent chagrin, but okay, the opposition to violent chagrin is maybe it's their violent chagrin is the topic, people's resentment of me because I just shine too bright. The Hanged Man, the opposition, wisdom, trial, circumspection, discernment, sacrifice, intuition, divination, prophecy. That's the good stuff. Why is that the opposition? That's weirdly inverted for me. This is what I feel anyways. 3 of Cups, the highest that I can arrive at. Conclusion of any matter in plenty, perfection, and merriment. Happy issue. Victory, fulfillment, solace, healing. Just because I don't take your shit or anybody's shit doesn't mean there's not a big pile of shit waiting for me. And it's not like it's a fortune. It's just plenty, especially for such a humble lifestyle. I don't have these bloodsuckers in my life. Nothing yet. Two of Wands, what I have to work with. In the alternative readings, there's no marriage possible. On the one hand, riches, fortune, magnificence, and on the other, physical suffering, disease, chagrin, sadness, mortification. So, what I have to work with, the mortification. Okay. My aloofness is there's no marriage possible between speaking the truth over and over again and upsetting social norms over and over and over again as a lifestyle, because you are an activist and a social catalyst and you make a difference, and every difference has a back pressure. Every time you actually make a fucking difference, expect to find trouble. If you haven't found trouble, you're just not getting anything fucking done. You're just taking victory laps, never having contributed. For those of us who contribute, which there are many, they are often demonized. That demonization is a way in which the system has sterilized itself from proactive, intelligent voices. And I'm very happy to minesweep it. I'm very happy to goad a reaction that will fundamentally interrupt nothing. But its very existence will be very well understood, very tracked, and it will put the numbers out there. We don't need to put numbers out that demonstrate how profitable things are. We just got to fool people into trying to play the sort of games they used to play on the street, on the internet, where everything is forever captured and recorded. If you think you're man enough to fucking charge anybody, let's talk about it. Because I haven't met anybody that I think is. Nobody's living precise enough. Nobody has a life which is ordered enough. Nobody has the spare time to pay the attention because they got hustled by their libido or by their fucking diet. They had to, for some reason, they had to eat shitty food their entire fucking life. They wonder why they couldn't learn shit. They can violently cut away through society, forcing the world to their will. That's not a respectable fucking trait. Fact is, especially in the Midwest, they just fucking walked into factories, guys. They just walked into motherfucking factories. They act like they did something. There's no way that we fix this problem without unifying all these sectors. And you need people connected to that are not emotional train wrecks, that are not worthless on a team, not more disruptive than they are productive, because we don't got fucking time to be fucking around with dickhead, your friend, your shitty fucking loser ass friend who only has a fucking thought on things because somebody came into what they considered their space, which they want to really protect. They also want to grow. There's no marriage possible between these two ideas. There's no way you lock down your fucking chat and it grows. Characteristically, big streamers barely respond to most of the chat. You don't need to fucking do any of this shit, really. But the point is, the people who succeeded are opened up into a vacuum, and were vacuum sucked to these huge heights. There are more talented, prettier, every superficial facility, as well as every deeper, more profound characteristic. The first assholes to show up are rarely the deepest characters. But if you get enough ground fast enough and your name gets spread, and you have kids who have no motherfucking taste, they'll buy the same fucking game as soon as you just put a light veneer over it. We can have 15, 20 different versions of every fucking game format being released every year. Because the industry could potentially field it and somebody wants to make some money. They got a dream over here. I'm in Traverse City right now. And there's like 13 dispensaries that just opened up. It's overpopulation. Okay? Deer will overpopulate. They have cullings of deer. There are no wolves to keep the deer population down. The deer will make babies and babies and babies. There's a lot less hunters these days. A lot of young people don't want to run around and shoot a fucking wild animal to feel, not necessarily even feel tough, even get them food. I've got a bunch of fucking meat that I gotta eat that I didn't even kill a fucking animal, but I'm not gonna let that meat go to waste. That would be the disgrace. But the point is, you overpopulate, and laissez-faire capitalism overpopulates. And all that is just getting more and more violent as people get a news flash about the profitability of this or that, or they witness the expansion. And another vacuum to expand in was the Michigan marijuana industry, or cannabis, right, is what we're supposed to call it, cannabis industry. The point is, the first people who did it were charging black market levels. It was still $500 for a good fucking ounce, for the greatest ounce, you know. But the point is that that's down to half now. 10 years later, the price of your product drops to half of what it was. And every day there's more competitors opening up, providing flower. The science is locked down, okay? And you're not a fucking genius for raising a motherfucking plant, guy. All right? It's a fucking, you know, couple month learning curve to fucking go through an entire life cycle. 9 months, if you can't fucking recreate a fucking plant, there's some trick to the thing that's fucking magic. You think you're not going to be able to, you know, if you got some mites come in, you can't get online and find some advice to figure it out. There's magic somewhere in there. That's something that we should have human beings being doing. There's an engineer. You have a fucking, I'm an electrical engineer. You think that I think it's even a job to put together a fucking grow op? It's a fucking tiny little spit of nothing. Fit. To get a company to be working in a company doing that, going to be done with work so fast. Still be a way to get paid anyways, and I could just live that way, right? But should I be that disengaged? Should I be on that easy road? And especially in the situations like that where there's all sorts of other associated things. I can get in the system, guys. You don't understand what it is inside the corporate structures. And there is no world replacing what is disappearing. The world which I just barely got a taste of, I was the last one on, the world which a lot of Gen Xers and boomers are firmly held to maintaining, and they have profited from tremendously to our detriment. I'm the last one on that boat, pretty much. Nobody younger made it anywhere. They just got shredded over the years as teams just halved in size in 5 years. When you hear my story, when I tell you things, a lot of people are going to debate whether they're true or not. If that's where your conversation is at, I invite you to get lost. Anyways, the past. There's no marriage between these things. I'm stuck in this situation where I'm aware of the world around us in ways which these morons can't even begin to fathom because they don't have an education that matters. They don't have the beginning of fucking education. They're going to try to piecemeal. They're going to try to fucking figure out one next step and try to carve out a little space that they can infest and stay dumb. Well, guess what, dude? You don't get to stay fucking dumb anymore. Dumb gets slapped around. Okay? Not cruelly. Dumb gets slapped around like, don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself. Don't burn yourself. And because if it's effectively slapped away from burning itself, eventually dumb doesn't know why it's being slapped. There still is a reason, but dumb hasn't had an experience to remind it how it gets burned. We got to burn dumb to remind him, shut the fuck up. So it's why. I'm sorry. If you're going to be such an asshole about life, such a failure, such a dud in society, you're not keeping up your part of the social contract. And I'm not giving you an option to claim dignity when you're not keeping up your end of the social contract. Period. Extremely fucking disruptive, guys, on my stream, in my life. That said, as I wander around, I'm just kind of friendly to people. And if I'm friendly to you, that's it. I'm just being friendly to you. I like flattering streamers, though. Don't you? Isn't it a healthy, good thing to spread positivity? Jeez. Star reversed as the highest. I was just about to read it. Arrogance, impotence, haughtiness. Oh, man. You guys, was I arrogant? Five of Pentacles. Is that why people relish seeing someone struggle, maybe? Have you thought about that? That like there's like a relativistic concern for dumb people? Like if they think you need to be checked and they spend time at home thinking about you, you should be checked. You're so arrogant. Just if only the world, if only that person understood a face plant in the ground, something horrible happened. Just because my life is better than what it is in many ways doesn't mean that I've never been around tragedy. If you think that you've seen, witnessed, lived through the same tragedies, you can't stack these things up with anybody. I'm not going to say that mine's greater. It's just really a cruelty to dehumanize a person and try to say that, you have, because of suffering, you've got some scope. Listen, no emotion gives you perspective. Emotion takes away intelligence. It does not add to intelligence. Your words mean fucking nothing. And that you've been allowed to repeat them inanely is why kids don't know. They've been eating shit over and over and over again. If you want to stop eating shit all the time, stop making excuses for failures, driving on roads that are utter shit, fucking dealing with news which is literally panic inducing. People are just going to disconnect from this shit now. Most people have a long time already. And you start to learn to pull back and go in. You got to throttle it. To be a pro driver, you're very analog. You got to be able to throttle. You got to be able to get engaged, stay engaged, keep pushing the envelope, not become imbalanced yourself. That's fucking huge. Anyways, it was a trap. Chinese finger trap. Chinese finger trap was being arrogant. Okay, the idea that I had created a trap was the thing which was, where's the trap? Well, the trap is the concept. It was meta. It was the presentation of it, right? Nothing was even there. Nothing is there, right? It's just a fucking hella poem, which is extremely disturbing. And in environments where, like in a real life situation, right now I'm getting this. The best part about this satisfaction is how big this circle is. Because right now, like if it was at the local bar, I would want to go back there and have somebody hear me say something. And I just need to be heard to just have my little fucking human balance because I'm just a human being and I'm sacrificing a lot in all this, you guys. So I take what I need to survive, to stay marginally sane, right? Because it's my life is not what I expect it to be, and I run into people and women beautiful, and I'm honest about them being beautiful doesn't mean that we should live in the same house. Because they got an entirely different value set. They need things to be a certain way. And I'm willing to adapt to some level, but I don't want my life to be consumed by someone else's consumerism. It's ridiculous. Five of Pentacles reversed. Disorder, chaos, ruin, discord, profligacy is in the future. And that may be the entire environment around us. If there is the overall boat sinking, could be for me directly. Maybe I'm heading towards, maybe it's telling me to celebrate, conclude things, because the disaster is here. Disorder, chaos, ruin, discord, profligacy. I don't even know what profligacy means. We'll look it up later. Anyways, Eight of Wands is me in this reading. Reversed. Arrows of jealousy, internal dispute, stingings of conscience, quarrels. Arrows of jealousy. That's not a good thing. God. I did say not to hide away. So maybe I'm jealous of other people getting to live brainless, inane existences, go to sleep every night pretending everything's going to be okay, not hold themselves responsible for the fact that the kids born today will never know anything near what was there when I was born. And this is just exponentially more true for everyone older than me. It's true for everyone. If you're over 18, you're now more responsible all the time. Greta Thunberg set a fucking hella, pace. That's what you're compared against, dudes. And you're just lacking. You want to pretend like you play music. You want to pretend like you're an artist. You want to pretend to be a grown-ass fucking adult. And do it. And as long as the women have no fucking taste, they'll absolutely be, satisfied with that. They're going to build him into something amazing, except for as soon as the lady's with him, the average guy who's just programmed from birth, as I was, to just seek the approval of a woman, as soon as she gives him approval, she robs him of all motivation. The problem is his goal was clear. His goal was to gaslight her. It worked. Job's over. Time to relax, time to retire. It's not time to get to work, guys. Very few people get past that, get to work. Most relationships just eventually, slowly spiral down a pit of realizing things about each other and how they just don't want to make responsible choices regarding life. Enjoy it, guys. But stings of conscience, internal dispute. Am I doing anything wrong by having a moment where I just talk positively to streamers? I've talked to some of them directly. I've talked to the ones I'm thinking about, really, I've talked to both of them directly at different periods. So we have a direct message level established, which is peaceable. And with it, when they're streaming, getting in chat, talking good to them and everything, I love it. I love it when people just go in and say something positive to me, tell them something that look good. And I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't believe it. I don't really believe it. Don't worry about it. The point is, it's irrelevant. Who cares? I'm just living. I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna fucking do. And I'm just looking to find a place where the social contract's real, and where we actually prioritize the things which matter, and we don't allow these tragedies to build up all around us and act like we're not responsible. Right? We are responsible. Being responsible is actually designing the fucking answer to it. This ruin, and we're not going to get anything fucking built, you guys. This thing is just going to happen. I can talk and talk and talk, and I'm basically just at this point, I'm just telling the AI that I'm doing this up until the last minute. Because if we're already here, everything's going to get swept out of control. It's going to change and be crazy disruption around us. There's no reason that I would want to guide an investment into this stuff. I would need a tremendous amount of motivation to suffer. Crabbiness, right? Sign up in a dependent plan where with a community which is determined to impose humility, to break people down. That's why they don't have anybody who has even the remotest sense of what's happening. And they're trying to gauge opinions on whether there's a crisis or not. That's incredible. Surrounding environment, the moon, hidden enemies, danger, calumny, darkness, terror, deception, error. Oh man. Justice, equity, rightness, probity, executive, and hopes and fears. Yeah. The King of Pentacles, the final thing, which that's a cool guy to be. Valor, realizing intelligence, business, and normal intellectual aptitude, sometimes mathematical gifts and taste its kind, success of these paths. There's not much point to this if I don't take it and pay attention. Sickness, disgrace, this thing here. Maybe I have triggered a response. Maybe there's people stuck in the Chinese finger trap and they have caused such a panic that they believe that they have a case of damages. They should really question if it's self-inflicted or not, because it is self-inflicted. The opposition to that is my aloofness. And I can just have a fucking party. I'm doing this to demonstrate this impossible truth. And I'm told by many people to just keep the light of this truth from being there, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want to. I'm fucking tired of being a bullshitter. And I never was a bullshitter. I was the guy who they put up with who would just talk and be like, that's cute. And it's true. It's not fucking true. Cute. Haughtiness, arrogance, into ruin. The haughtiness into ruin is smart. This is King of Pentacles. I want you to let your ego break the link. Think about that. I want you to let your ego, your desire to check me, you break the link. If you break it, and then I explode, you can't complain about it being broken. Whereas if I break it, totally different. When you have a knowledge that you're destined for greatness, you might consider these things one day. But yes, there's a ton of real risks, no doubt. And the same as when you go downtown, there's all sorts of minor risks from surroundings, people, games. People can spin things in all sorts of ways. Entire streamers have been made talking shit about someone else's release. Okay, it's that easy. Some people have made a lot of money doing it. Problem is the morons who find that 3 or 4 people made money doing it, and then they say, okay, I'll do it. So 500 people start doing the exact same shit. Suddenly it doesn't pay anything. And as overpopulation has happened with content, all payout has continued to reduce. So this is why I'm arrogant. It's why I'm going to is to continue through that because I'm the king. Come on, leave me alone. I'm telling you what's fucking happening. What's happening is fucking ruined, guys. It's going to affect a lot of people, and you should be able to help people. It's shameful that we can't do more to help people. I have helped people. I help somebody, helping somebody right now. Someone owes me a lot of fucking money, which is only hundreds of dollars. That's a lot of fucking money, isn't it? Keep getting lip service. But my tithing, my service to my locality, as well as online, is pretty constant. Pretty constant. We shouldn't try to stack it up, but if people have even been able to support their surroundings as much as I actually have, especially if you give me the credit of the things which I marshal, years of engagements where dozens and dozens of people got involved, helped shape artists' visions, helped build their promotions. If I am part of an artist's journey, I'm not the artist, but I am also part of it. This duality, this marriage is possible of supporting somebody else and them going on and doing something amazing and you being happy for their experience. Confident that as they move through life, they continue to spread light, the light of the truth, light of, look at this lighting setup, you guys. This is nice shit. Pretty happy about it. Yes, you are brighter. I can see the imbalance. Okay, guys. Tell you the truth. Yeah, that's balanced. Looks a lot better, doesn't it? I wonder what that resolution is. Anyways, there you go, everybody. That's all I'm going to do. You call your shots. It's understood. From a transcendent position, I can understand that you have a limited array of things to do. You are going to have to pick one. Doing nothing is just an option. And depending on what you do, final score will change. This is not a game on a board. This is real life. But AI is going to map the rules of this game now, soon, any minute. And as it does, all that's really called for from anybody is humility. Just why would it be coming from me when you're the one asking for it? Do you really have a right to demand someone else's day be ruined so you can feel better? When you just self-harm as a person? Why would society ever sacrifice, feed into your delusions about self-importance? More so than the truth. I'm not important. I'm able to represent the truth. No individual is all that fucking important. We are now in this giant circle, and I can speak to a wall. I can speak to an audience of 0 at 2:41 in the morning. And I can personally be registering in a permanent manner my position with this reality directly into the data. I'm pretty sure I'm doing what we all should be doing. You do what you want. Just don't expect me to change this to suddenly make space for that which is patently unworthy. and cruelly, cruelly dismissive. Let's see if this helps. Yeah, it does. And now, because that's off, it's here, but now I don't have that reflection. Learning every day, guys. Keep doing it. Anyways, talk to me, and whatever your situation is, there's probably a lot of things you should realize. You just don't look at anything in a way besides how you were taught. You're not sure how to structure your thoughts about things. So a constructive conversation about reality, about what is intelligence, what is life, what is all this shit. You really know. Think you know. Um, Try not to judge anyone. It's not a good habit. It speaks to arrogance intrinsically to pass any judgment. And if you think that you're a victim while you're still alive, nobody even took blood from you. That doesn't register for me because I'm from a world where none of this emotional shit was even cared about because I'm 40 years old. It's just a fact of who I am. I don't want to create that space in my life. People can pretend like that's a human necessity. It's not. People have lived in all sorts of ways. And you may live how you want. We just have to come to a collective understanding of what society's purpose is and how we coexist for the long term, peacefully and productively. Anyways, God bless.